Hi everyone. Today I'm going to do a quick video about the video equipment that I use on a channel. As some of you might know, when you look at the content of a channel, there are many interviews shot in 4K, and then also some lectures. And also some recording of meditation sessions. So there are many stationary videos with limited movement of the subject. So the emphasis here today is less about the video equipment and more about the audio equipment. How do we actually get high quality audio into our device? The camera that we use is a iPhone 7 Plus with the zoom camera, which is very nice. The only thing we did, which turned out to be very useful, is a little kickstand, and that allows me to use the iPhone not only as a camera but also as a editing tool. It's very difficult to actually edit 4K video. Turns out the iPhone is really perfect for that. So how do I, and then the other piece of equipment is this tripod, really nice tripod made by Manfrotto, meant for traveling. It's a video iPod, so it has all the adjustment that you need for shooting good video. So the question is, how do I take this camera and put it on top, but in such a way that I can allow some flexibility. So what I did, and really what I want to talk about today, is a little piece of rig that I put together that allows me to record 4K video as well as high quality audio. So let me put that on top and we'll go through them one at a time. Okay, so we have this cage mounted now on the tripod. This cage is made by a company called DIFF product. This is the cage that I'm talking about, and on top of that, I mounted a Manfrotto cell phone mount, which turned out to be really inexpensive now, I suspect, because of all the competition from the copycats. So it's very easy to mount the camera. Okay, so camera in, and fire up the app, and then okay, this is the camera with the mount. Okay, so why all these other equipment? Well, first of all, I want to get really high quality video into the camera. So I have this, essentially it's a A to D converter, analog to digital converter. It's one made by Apogee. This is the high-end one, so this is actually sampling at 96K, 24 bits, and it comes with a lightning port interface. So this goes into the camera, and then the input of that is is fully supported by the Filmic. The input of that comes from a two-channel mixer, and this is the nice. And this is made by a company called BeachTek. And the nice thing about this one is that it's totally passive. So essentially, it's a transformer base, taking two input and muxing them into one, and you have a choice of selecting mono output or stereo output. So I typically just do mono output. It's a lot easier, and I can't really edit the audio that much in iMovie anyway. So the output of that, the combine of the two channel goes into the Apogee DDA, and then the digital output of that goes into the iPhone. It's just that simple. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about what kind of audio equipment goes into that. So on audio equipments are packaged in this carrying case made by iBus. Is actually very inexpensive. So let me show you what's inside. So I standardize on Sennheiser. They're not the least expensive stuff you can get outside, but they're not too bad, and consider the quality. So I have a lavalier mic, and I just prefer to put it inside a medicine case for traveling. So this is my lavalier mic. And then in addition, and usually I put that on the subject, whoever that I'm interviewing, or the speakers behind the podium, or in a meditation, it would be the meditation master. So this one actually is hooked up to a body pack, and then okay, like that, and then this goes onto a person. And instead of having two lavalier mic, I just decided that it's more versatile for me to have a hand mic. So this is the hand mic, and the hand mic. So I have two mic. I have a lavalier mic and a hand mic, and that's usually more than enough for interviewing sessions. This goes to the subject. This goes to the interviewer, or this goes to the subject, and this gets passed around in the audience. They each have a transmitter. So these two transmitter goes onto the mixer, as I was shown. In addition, I have a shotgun mic that I carry in case I can't, for whatever reason, put a lavalier mic on the subject, or maybe I have just a group of people talking in the individual. So the shotgun mic turned out to be a good choice. So I'll talk about that too. Okay, so now back on the audio jig. So I have these two transmitters. I put a little label here because that's the one that goes to the body pack, and then this one goes to the handheld mic, and so they go into the two channels. Okay, and I'm in business. Okay, looks cool, right? All right. And so when I'm doing interview, this one comes from the person I interview, and this is the handheld mic, so I can also speak into the camera. So one more thing I just want to mention is that during the interview, you really want to get the person as comfortable as possible. So after a little while, even though he has a lavalier mic, he doesn't remember that, and usually I don't want to put a lot of equipment in front of him. So usually the camera is off axis, and he's really just looking at me. And so what I do is I mount the handheld mic like this, okay, on the tripod, and he can't even see it. So I'm sitting over here, for example, and talking to him, and so that works out really nice. So this is my setup. Again, my 2-channel. This is my lavalier mic. This is my handheld mic, and I can take the handheld mic and move it away. It's completely wireless. Okay, so now as it turns out, there's one other use case, and I'll talk about that. So the one other use case is where I don't even bring my own audio equipment, just the camera. The reason for that is that they already have their own PA, and all I wanted to do is tap into the PA. So now I could also run a long cable into my camera, but it turns out that if I just use the body pack, that works really well too. So now the body pack is sitting next to the PA system. This plugs in the PA system. I'm in business. So finally, I want to talk about my shotgun mic. So here's my shotgun mic, and again, made by Sennheiser. It comes with its own mount, but I actually prefer to get my own. And so I have this little neat mount that I use. And by the way, this shotgun mic uses a battery, so it doesn't require phantom power. It works really well with everything. So I have a nice mount, okay, for that, and it comes with the cable. Very nice. And of course I can then run that cable into my camera. But since I have these Sennheiser equipment, and I just do it wirelessly. So it runs into my body pack, and that goes into my camera. So then the question is, how do I mount this shotgun mount? And so of course you can get a boom pole for mounting shotgun mount, but I don't want to carry a lot of equipment. So I'm going to show you how I use a monopod, another equipment that I bought from Manfrotto that I use for other purpose that I carry with me. But it turns out that a monopod is cheaper, lighter, and more versatile than your other choices anyway. So here's my monopod. You can see that it goes from here to here. It's actually very small. It's less than 24 inches that I carry with me for other purpose. I always have a light stand. I'm not going to talk about lighting equipment today. So this is just a regular light stand. And what I did was I have what's called a cheese bar. It's just basically an aluminum bar. So here's a better angle. So this is just an aluminum bar that I tie together with these a hose clamp, and I choose to use the one that has the turn knob, so I don't have to go looking for a tool. So this is the other end of the monopod. So this is usually the part where you have a little thing that allows you to kind of poke on the ground, and it also comes with a stand, which I don't use for this purpose. Then I get a little screw adapter that goes from 3/8 to 1/4 inch, so it goes nicely into that end. So what I do is I put a little Velcro on the backside of the body pack, and then I have this thing called I forgot what this is called, some kind of fist grip or something that you can buy that people would love for putting stuff on the LV, and that goes on the back of that, and then that clamps around the post. Okay, so you see how this thing is now mounted on here. I usually have a tie wrap that goes around it, and then this thing goes nicely on this little retainer. Foam, or for outdoor, there's I guess they call it dead rat, and this thing can really extend out. Okay, very nicely. So this thing can really extend out. It does exactly what you expect out of a shotgun mount on a boom pole, but it's now made out of a monopole. So for counterbalance, I use a little water bag. Okay, and that way I don't have to carry weight. I just fill up water, and it works very nicely. So that's it. Nothing fancy. Okay. Again, the key is the iPhone 7 Plus with the zoom lens mounted on a tripod using a cage, and the cage has some equipment, a Apogee analog to digital converter, a 2-channel passive mixer, and with 2 Sennheiser receiver, and then the body pack that goes with one of these channels could be hooked up to a lavalier mic or that it could be hooked up to someone's PA system, or it can even be hooked up to a shotgun mount. Okay, and then the other channel goes into my handheld mic, and we're in business. Thank you.